What's happening? What's going down, guys? Brand new day. Today, I want to kind of comb through the ideas of building your ultimate routine, somewhat of like shaping the perfect day where you did enough things that felt like you really laid down a solid brick when it comes to building your future, your dream, your acquired skill, whatever you want to put that towards. You need to have a system in place to level up, to become that idea of yourself, to become the thing you've basically wanted to become. Just put simply. And that really, guys, consistency. It all boils down to consistency. How much do you show up? How much do you practice? How much can you stay not distracted and really lay in some serious work, grab your instrument and just go through the scales and just always have it in your hands, setting up your life to be focused on the most important things to you. With so much distraction, with technology and just the way life is going, it's harder than ever to really just lock the fuck in, be ironed out and in a flow that you stay consistent, you stay showing up, you stay following the routine in and out of your days. It gets complicated, it gets hard. So here I am, guys. I got my journal. I got this nice pen. This is a little Sharpie gel pen. These are really smooth. I love writing with these things. This one's metal, so it's a little heavier. Kind of feels like I got them with the idea of like, this is for like important uses of a pen. I would have just got the lighter ones if it was strictly just about writing. So it's not, you can just flow and not worry about the weight as much. It's a little heavy, but hey man, gotta stay putting in that work, Anyway, so when I think about my perfect day, the habits that would come across, I'm going to put first and foremost, wake up and don't scroll. Do not doom scroll. So I'm going to go like this. Wake up, no doom scroll. I would say, secondly, open the blinds if they're closed. Also a good time to make the bed, let's say, right? And even so, wake up, I wake up with my phone alarm, which can be easy to turn off that alarm, see notifications, see some text, see something, try to pull you into the phone immediately. Try not to worry about that. I'm not saying you have to put it on airplane mode when you sleep or anything, but just be disciplined enough to just turn off the alarm, open the blinds, just wake up to natural sunlight. Don't wake up to blue light burning your eyes on your phone. So make the bed. I would say second or third, next thing I would do is heat up some hot water and squeeze in some lemon. Do like half a lemon or a whole lemon. So let's do that. All right. Heat up water on the stove. Add lemon. After I did that, and these are interchangeable, I would, of course, drink the hot lemon water. Next, I would jump into meditation. Now, if you have access to the great outdoors, if your backyard is nicely set up, I love drinking this shit. This is like the best sparkling water you can drink, I feel like. I never saw me being a sparkling water snob on my 2026 bingo card, but here we are. And it's 2025. I was sipping a lot of these. But just like, it's just fun to drink. Like the bubbles, the crispness. Hopefully it's a good source of water. It feels good. I love the taste. And the blue bottle kind of gives it this like magical feeling, but I'm not here to glaze Saratoga. Like shout out to them. We were talking about meditation. So when you drink your lemon water, you go have a chair somewhere outside, take off your shirt, Maybe pull your hair back if you got long hair like myself, and go to YouTube, find a 10-minute guided meditation or just a 10-minute meditation period. Wired headphones plugged into the device, have it not immediately on your person, maybe just let it hang a little lower by the chair. Sit in the chair upright, maybe connect your hands or put your palms flat down. Just kind of like roll your shoulders a little bit, loosen up, and just really loosen all the muscles in your face. Just kind of let everything be easy. You can breathe in and hold your breath if you like. And then release. Whatever you want to do. Do a 10-minute meditation. Then, ideally, I've ramped it up to like 20-minute meditations. There's this guy, Joe Dispenza, who really has some great like guided meditations. Some people, I think, that make these meditations, they're not exactly having a great effect on like my meditation practice. It can be calming, like hearing a soft-spoken woman with like the kind of like the bells and the frequency music kind of going on, but sometimes if the speaker isn't hitting, I'd rather just hear the bells or waves crashing and stuff like that. So find what you like. So boom, woke up, no doom scroll. Open the blinds, make the bed, heat up water on the stove, add lemons, meditation. After I meditated, I'd say a good thing to pivot into would be like scheduling the day's to-do list. Maybe you do that the night before, the week before, however. I'm going to say some aspect of journaling and writing a to-do list. And there are journals that are designed to help you with doing stuff like this. I would say journaling, writing a to-do list, a great thing to do. I would also follow that with reading. Maybe just sit down, read for about 10 minutes. Read for 10 minutes. If you're a coffee guy like myself, after the meditation, usually I go straight for the coffee. So that might be nice, like come out of the meditation. The first thing I had was lemon water, then brew some coffee, sit down, journal, write, read, all while having your coffee. I also sometimes I play chess, or sometimes I play Clash Royale in the morning, just kind of give myself like a little mental preparation for what's in store for the day. Just kind of have that chill after waking up. So reading a book, definitely important. I would say working out to some extent, some level of exercise. I would say if you can work out 4 to 5 times a week, like genuine hour of committed hard work in the gym or with some free weights or whatever you have accessible, definitely something that is going to be great for a ideal routine. So I'm going to say working out. I'm going to say for me, myself, I love music. I love art. So I would say working on aspects of music, right? Working on music production. I'm going to say sketching in notebook or art book, however. I'm going to say like working on a canvas. Working on a canvas piece. Playing an instrument. And maybe like another thing in your perfect routine, like for myself, would be like skateboarding, shooting hoops. Definitely hopping on the longboard, flowing, getting on the basketball court, get some shots up. It's just things that have always been there in my life that kind of brings me back, but also keeps me in the present, keeps me enjoying myself. Playing basketball, skateboarding. I would say for myself also, like, since I'm pivoting into a business, an art related business, I would say designing. Designing on the iPad, as well as I would say even like stream of consciousness, just ideas that could be executed on. So we'll say stream of conscious ideas, which could be music, could be art, could be clothes, could be products, could be just random theories. Also, being a YouTuber, right? Having that same approach where sit down, what do you want to tell the people, right? What do you want to tell the camera that will relay in someone else's life, and they get to absorb whatever I'm saying, right? So I'm gonna say film YouTube videos. Film YouTube videos because that is important to me. I'm going for, I think it's like 52. How many weeks are there in a year? I wanted to do at least one video per week of each of this year. And I know if I stay focused, I can totally achieve that. And I really want to just kind of have this year be like the backing of whatever comes next. Being able to be consistent, learn the ins and outs. I've already learned so much by just being more consistent posting videos. The learning experience from the steps I'm taking right now is going to be major for the developments of whatever's to come next. Allowing myself to be bad at something and not understand how the process works. Getting through that stage is where you climb the ranks of skill and ability in the YouTube creative journey. I just noticed my art piece is a little off. Got to keep the feng shui dialed in. That's another thing I could say to add to the perfect routine is like organize the workspace, organize the bedroom. I'm gonna say organize living space. How are you supposed to do real work when your office is dirty and there's stuff all over the place and it's all out of order, out of whack? You can't just jump in and do your work. For myself, I could, in my younger days, not really worry about the clutter, but now it's just like, it's way too heavy on my mind. If it's not organized, I can't really do much. I function out of an organized space and I make a mess creating, but I need to always clean it up and get it tightened, have things more in sync, more feng shui, everything's in its place. So organize living space. Absolutely, that's a huge one. What else could that be? Maybe some aspect of like self-care. Let's say it be, brushing your teeth, shaving, taking vitamins is definitely important. I'm gonna write that down. If you are not taking vitamins at this point, I would say you're probably nutrient deficient in something, as I think we all are, even if you take vitamins. But there's this idea that we're not getting the vitamins we need to function at our highest in our food. So we have to supplement them in a pill form and hopefully balance out, our bodies and everything like that. So look into it. It's definitely something to be aware of. What else? What is another thing that's like good for the daily routine? or potentially the daily routine, right? We almost filled up a page. Almost. Okay. I would say just as important as it is to do said things, it's also important to not let yourself do certain things. Let's take myself, for example. I would say, well, limiting screen time for sure, even though the screens are a tool that I use to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm just going to put limit screen time. For me right now, there's no reason I should be waking up and just turning on a TV show, just watching a movie to start the day. I would say unless it is like a dedicated day, it's just not doing shit, then that's an area where it's like, yeah, let's just watch TV, let's just kick it, let's relax, recharge, a little, TLC, R&R kind of vibe. Limit screen time. I watch a ton of YouTube, and while there is good information on there, I would say some of that stuff is just unnecessary for me to be watching, and I'm trying to get better about what I'm taking in. So I'll say limit YouTube consumption. Maybe it's limiting like draining conversations potentially. If you guys have roommates, if you live with somebody, there may be, big like momentum shifts as you curate the perfect day, while you want to give time to your people. And especially when you're feeling down, you would hope that someone's there for you. But sometimes like the mindset of another individual can sway how your day will go. And it's not to say, because you can't just block people out. I mean, I like to think I can at times, and I do at times, but really people's energy is contagious. Whoever you're rubbing shoulders with, whoever you're talking to a lot, like their ideas and their influence will show up in your life one way or another. So I would say maybe like be cautious of draining conversations. Unless you're ready to take that on, maybe you are ready for that. If you're not, let that be loud and clear so you can, move through your day with a full head of steam. So we'll say be cautious of draining conversations. Another good thing to do would be meal prep, right? I know some people will meal prep on Sunday for like a whole week. I've never done that. Like have weeks worth of food just sitting in the fridge. There's some things I could see that working out, but maybe like 3-4 days you can meal prep a bunch like that. So meal prepping could be like grocery shopping. Obviously the cooking. And these are things that you don't have to do this every single day. Like if you meal prep 3 to 4 days, then you don't have to do anything after the first day that you cooked the food and did everything, right? It's not every day you have to shave. It's not every day you get to do all of your interests, participate in everything that you're interested in. We are here just writing down ideas that could be a part of my perfect day as a creator, as, an artist, and whatever else I want to become. There's systems in place to get you there. Sometimes just having the dream isn't enough. A lot of people have dreams and maybe a lot of people don't always speak them into the world, but everybody got a dream, I like to think. We're all a kid from somewhere. And sometimes merely just speaking about it is not going to get it done. You have to actually put in the action, follow through with the steps. And you can only get better. You can only get closer to your desired outcome if you're really putting the time in, day to day, brick by brick, not letting the overconsumption of society take you under when you're trying to be a creator. I know we've talked about this on previous videos, just kind of the battle between like consumption and creator. It's huge. I'll tell you kind of one quick story before we wrap this up. And it's basically a day when I woke up, and instead of immediately jumping into a typical consumer approach to technology, to life, to day to day, whether it be music, podcasts, all this stuff, I chose to actually not plug in, to just kind of do what I need to take care of, pick up the house, organize the space, just limit the world around me, just take in the thoughts that I was thinking, the thoughts from above or wherever it may come that were coming down on me and making me think about certain topics of my life. And then when I limited the distractions, once I got into the car and I'm on my way to work or whatever the case was, and I play the first song that I had heard of the day. I don't remember what song it was, but I'll tell you the amount of like happy chemicals and feel good that I got from that song and the next 5 songs that followed after it. It was immense. Like, my dopamine receptors were not fried from consume. I hop in the whip, throw on some songs that I've always liked, hearing them, and it's like I'm hearing it for the first time in a way. It hasn't hit me like this in so long because I've been just, paying attention to so much stuff, so much things are happening. It feels like I'm having all these social interactions, but really I could be alone consuming all of this endless stuff from the internet. The songs were hitting harder. There was just like, I found more joy in like simplicity. And that's something that it was evident in that moment. And then it's not to say I stuck with that. I would still find myself in loops. I'm still battling the doom scroll. I'm still battling sticking to a routine, following through with things I said, and investing in myself. But the fact that you guys write this stuff down, and I'm just doing this what I was going to do anyway. I just figured, why not throw on the camera and maybe someone will gain some value from this? Because I need to have a routine in place to be successful. It's one thing to just have a desire and all you want to do is play the guitar. But you need to set yourself up for success. Day to day, week to week, month to month. And basically that's all I'm doing, guys. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to read this out loud. I'm going to look at my schedule up ahead. And I'm going to look at how can I fit in most all of these things? How can I always start my day without doom scrolling? How can I meditate every single day? Always go for the lemon water. Just, these things are important to me. And having a system in place to become the version of myself I desire to be is going to be huge. What's that saying? Like, planning to fail. Oh, wait. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So if you're just freestyle flowing all the time, you're not going to do most of this shit. You're going to get pulled into the distractions. You're going to get pulled into the intensity of the first person you talk to or situations that are occurring close to you and kind of get off the path of your desired day. So my word of advice, guys, is to do something like this. Write down things that you know are worth doing and are worth a day-to-day effort. And in that process, you will find like, hey, I can do this pretty much every day. I have curated the perfect day in my mind. And now it's time to just follow through day after day, night after night. You got this, guys. I believe in y'all. Stick to it. Write that shit down. And I hope to see you guys just shining bright. Peace.